it's cold in here. But that's just because we have a lot of equipment in the studio, so the AC is cranking, but it was definitely cold where you are because we got Captain Cold in tonight's episode. Wow, guys, what's up? Welcome to the Flash After Show. I'm Dylan Landon. Let me just see how I look with these things on. You might not be able to see my eyes. Guess I'm Harrison Wells tonight because it's a Halloween episode and everybody in the studio is kind of dressed up. What's up, guys? Welcome to the #1 Flash After Show all across the internet. I am Dylan Landon. Pleasure to be here.
My name is Devon. Today I am Brother Muhammad of the Black Flash regime.
Halt. And welcome to the Flash After Show. What's up, guys? I'm Lauren Mayhew, and I'm a sexy cop because you know every girl is a sexy something for Halloween.
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Spider-Man. No, I'm only joking. It was a terrible joke, wasn't it? I'm sorry. I'm Jack. Pleasure to be here. My favourite episode to date. Loved it, guys. Can't wait to chat about it.
I thought you were serious. I was like, what?
No, yeah, it was the joke.
Jack. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Everyone got it?
We all sat there and we were like, what?
Call me checking out Lauren real quick. Guys, if you like what you see, let us know what you're dressed up as for Halloween this year by hitting us up on Twitter. Use the hashtag FlashAS. But before we get into tonight's episode, some super cool news about the Flash, guys. It has now been announced that episode 1 was the most watched show in the history of the CW network.
Wow.
Yes.
Like DVR and like watching it on streams, over like 13 million people. So it's the most watched program ever.
People
That's thanks
started.
to you.
Let's make our after show the same.
Yeah. 13 million
Come on,
people.
guys.
Totally. So tell your
just have
friends
a
to
few
come
more.
watch. Hit us up on YouTube, you know, the stream.tv. You guys know what's up. Let's get into tonight's episode. Well, we see Barry doing a lot of cool things. Maybe he's even maturing a little bit. So are we seeing him turn into the Flash more and more with each moment we see?
Absolutely. I think that he's actually finally starting to feel the weight of all of the, you know, the people who are expecting him to save them. And, you know, with every mission that he goes out there and he saves another person, I think that he is getting better and better at it.
I definitely feel like he's starting to now realise that he can't just be like, right, I'm fast, I can go save someone. Because like, that was what it was before. It was
Right.
like, someone's in trouble. Boom!
He's
gone.
actually thinking about it now.
Yeah,
He's
now
actually
he's
taking
like,
a moment,
right, okay, I'm
making
fast.
a plan.
How do I beat this?
Right.
He kind of came to the crime scene. He was
Yeah.
not playing around. He was like, bang, bang, boom.
He was being a
this is my
policeman.
job. I'm a professional now.
Strategizing.
Don't get it twisted. So, Devon, what do you think about the relationship now between Barry and Joe West and the cops and Star Labs and kind of that triumvirate?
Well, I personally feel like it was overdue. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta go ahead and get over it. The boy got super speed. Let him use it for what he's fabulously amazing at, which is running super fast. First of all, he has other abilities, but we ain't gonna get into that. I'll get into that later. I'm just saying, like, and now, you know, just back him up. That's all he needs. And as you said, he's growing, he's maturing, because now he has support from multiple platforms.
That's actually
And,
a good point, that now that they're starting to work a little bit more cohesively as a team, so they're actually getting better at that, which is interesting. That brings up with the whole thing with Cyrus, with the gun. That was a little hiccup, obviously, and them working well together. But, you know, like Felicity mentioned, sometimes it takes time to be able to trust people.
Yeah, you got to warm up to your co-workers, really. I mean, we hate it now, man.
Yeah, I was like, this guy?
Yeah, the first when it's
No.
off camera, we're all like, No, I'm not joking, really.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Felicity, though, because we saw Barry take the opportunity to land, I think, his first kiss on the show.
He did.
And not play second fiddle to anybody else out there and trying to get his own action for himself.
Finally,
So did we
Barry.
see this relationship with Felicity going anywhere?
I mean, bruh, it's hard for me because I'm going from Flash history. So I'm gonna just, for me, Felicity, take your ass back home. Okay, go back over there. We got Iris we need to worry about. Okay, this is all I'm worried about right now is Iris. Iris, Iris, Iris.
So
That's
will
it.
Iris want Barry now more if Felicity's in the picture? You
She's
know?
been playing it cool. She's been playing
She's been
it cool.
doing pretty well so far, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. She's been
Yeah.
playing it off the cusp, but she's got that connection still. She's still like,
Yeah.
she's playing it on.
You know what,
She's
though? I
going
think
with
it's one of those things, though, because Barry's been kind of resisting it. So I think that the second that maybe he starts getting into it, that she may be a little bit, you know, reticent about, you know, his feelings.
I think they're like pushing away from each other, but at the same time, pushing each other back together.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
I know,
From
right?
life experience?
Story of my life.
But that's not the only women Barry's going to have to worry about, because it was also just announced some casting news that Linda Park, the famous reporter woman in the Flash universe, has just been cast by a former Vampire Diaries actress, Malise Zhao, and she'll be first appearing in episode 12 this year. And let's go to Devon to explain who Linda Park is and his feelings about it. Watch out!
Yeah, I'm not happy with that at all. Not happy. And mainly because Linda Park should not even be in the picture right now. That is Wally West's wife, who is Barry Allen's nephew, okay? And I doubt that Linda Park is gonna get with the uncle and then get with the nephew afterwards, you know what I'm saying?
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're basically like merging different timelines right now,
and it's
kind of
like,
fast forward and...
But that also, for me, it feels like you're cutting off, you're limiting yourself now. Now, like, where's Wally coming in?
How is Wally gonna come in even? Not even where.
But, you know, I'm feeling very strongly that in the cinematic universe, it's going to be Wally West heavily. So even if Wally West were to appear in The Flash, I do think he might be just a kid or something like that, or maybe it's like a news clipping from the future. And it's not so far-fetched to say that Linda Park, even though her history is related to Wally West, they bring her into the show and just have her interacting with Barry. Totally cool. Totally cool.
Possible.
They don't have to fall in love.
The rumors were that there's going to be a love interest there. So
yeah, rumors go around.
Hopefully that's not true, but that's what I heard.
I want to give a big shout out to everybody hanging out with us right now on YouTube.
Hey guys.
Whether you're watching live or it's almost the next episode, keep on watching, send these links to your friends, and hey guys, keep tweeting us at TheFlashAS. Ooh, and we saw a little bit, little emotion coming from Barry tonight. We saw him kind of lose his first person, and Captain Cold froze the fool and killed him. So how will that loss affect Barry as the hero, the Flash, moving forward?
Well, what I kind of think of is like, is he more mad that the guy died, or is he more mad that he couldn't save him?
Right.
Like, I know that kind of sounds like the same thing, but he seemed more annoyed that all he could say was, I wasn't fast enough, I was hurt, I couldn't get to him. He didn't actually say anything like, he wasn't too mad that he died.
I think it was both.
Died because he couldn't save him.
Well, he also didn't know the guy, so he's definitely
so he's not going to be his best friend.
A little bit like, you know, he's got to save everybody. But yeah, you know, if you have the opportunity to save somebody by a second
and then you
don't,
miss it, it would kill you.
Well, I'm just hoping that it doesn't make him doubt himself a little bit, because I think that, you know, when you have these superpowers and you're used to always being able to make what you want to have happen, to have your first loss could maybe make you doubt yourself a little bit, and I think that that's the most important thing that he needs to have is belief in himself that he can do this.
So what about the opposite of doubt? Maybe he goes the other direction.
That's what
Well, yeah, I mean, I take it as he's going to now push himself faster than the speeds that we all know and love, well, that I know and love. I'm not going to say we all because, okay. But, you know, and I mean, you saw on the treadmill, he was hitting what, like 260-something, 280-something within that range? Come on now. The boy breaks speed of sound sleepwalking, you know? And so it's like, we saw that afterwards when he saved all the people in the train. He was boom, 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 back and forth, you know?
Time slowed
That's
down.
not 280-something miles an hour right there, if you ask me. And I mean, I feel like maybe he's taking that rather than a doubt towards himself, maybe he's using it as failure. Like, what better motivation is there than failure? You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So
no, I completely
take
agree
it.
with that.
And I just want to point out, he's starting to use the cosmic, I don't want to call it the cosmic treadmill, the quote-unquote treadmill a lot more now. And Felicity said something that hinted at it. I don't remember what she said, but I mean, now that he's pushing himself to those speeds, mixing the treadmill, only can think of the cosmic treadmill, maybe there goes.
It's almost like he's working out.
Almost.
It's almost like he's going to the gym. Which he obviously should, according to Devon.
Well, I definitely think any sort of like loss or heartache or, you know, any pain to grow is always beneficial for a superhero. But anybody out there in general, guys, you got to feel to heal. So keep that in mind if you're ever going through
More words
anything.
of wisdom coming from Dylan.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to, you know, shed some words of advice. I'm with you. I'm the doctor today. You know, but the reason that guy did die was from the cold gun. So how did this cold gun come into play? Cisco invented it to stop Barry?
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, you know, he said he wasn't sure if Barry was going to be bad or not. They didn't know that, you know, how Barry was going to react and if he was going to fight for the greater good or not. And I think it's understandable that they want to kind of try to, you know, create something that would be able to combat such a strong entity. But that being said, I think that Barry was just so upset that he was like, how can you not tell me that there's something out there that could harm me? Especially now that we've come this far, which I have to say that I understand. I mean, they're supposed to be a team, and without trust, there is nothing.
Well, maybe Cisco was looking out for him by not telling him. Maybe Cisco was trying, like...
Yeah, but knowledge is power. You got to be able to fight things. You have to be able to know what you're up against, you know?
Yeah, I understand that, but what if Cisco clearly wasn't expecting anyone to get their hands on that gun?
Yeah, it's true.
Like, that was locked up in that safe, nothing, like, no one's ever really...
I don't think Barry was mad that he invented it. I think he was mad that he just didn't tell him. Because, like, if there's a superhuman out there, you got to have something to stop him.
Exactly.
That's what I mean, no matter what, because what if Barry suddenly decided to turn evil?
Well, my
Obviously,
thing
it's
is,
not going to happen, but
maybe he just happened to forget with all the other things that they're working on. Maybe that little gun, like, oh, he's good now. Let me just lock that up. Yeah. Oh, damn, I forgot. I was creating $15 million calorie food bars for you so you don't pass out when you're running. Yeah. Like, I put it on the back burner. You should be happy we're sustaining your life right now. I'm sorry we created a cold gun. Superman goes crazy sometimes. He got kryptonite. We got to be able to bring you down if you start messing up. Like you said, Jack.
You said it. When the stakes are this high, you know, and I agree with you absolutely. He's not the type of guy who's, you know, trying to harm Barry by any means, but when the stakes are that high, you have to kind of bring the responsibility factor to the next level. So things like, oh, I have a gun that could potentially destroy you. Whoops! Like maybe should be something that you don't forget about.
Or he could have just destroyed the gun, but I mean, then we would have no Captain Cold.
But then there would have been no Captain Cold.
Well, so how does the gun come into play with Captain Cold as a character?
Well, the original Captain Cold, he created his gun. You know, I mean, he had a makeshift gun we saw in the little armed truck robbery with the backpack and it was pretty much just liquid nitrogen. And so Cisco pretty much just gave him the 2.0 of what he already had.
Well, like the 10.0.
Yeah, well, technically the janitor, the little maintenance man did. Yeah. So, you know, rest in peace. I mean,
who's that guy?
And he got
just a random
bite. You know what I'm saying?
You know.
But then not only was Barry upset about the gun existing, but then Harrison Wells was very upset at Cisco. So was there like a plan in place that Cisco foiled, like a Harrison Wells plan?
We have been saying this for weeks on end now, that we definitely don't trust Dr. Wells. There's something going on with him, and clearly he needs Barry to get to a certain point in his development and his career as a superhero. Otherwise, something is not going to happen in the future that he needs to have happen. So, yeah, I mean, the fact that he got that upset, you know, definitely shows.
And then he was really upset when Cisco went to the train scene and got involved with stopping Captain Cold. So I'm just curious, why would Harrison be so mad?
Well, what I want to know is why would the janitor have that kind of access to that kind of room?
That's true.
Like, that's the safe room with the gun that can stop the flash.
Good point.
Why
Harrison Wells set it up.
Anyone except Harrison Wells and the people that work in Star Labs, being Cisco, Caitlin, well, pretty much them three should be the only three that have access to that room.
And maybe Felicity now.
Maybe, no, not even Felicity. She ain't been there long enough yet. We don't trust Felicity. She's too cute to trust. She's too cute to trust.
So you're saying that maybe Harrison Wells
I think maybe Harrison Wells could
have
left the door open, forgot to lock it, paid off the janitor, told the janitor, like...
You might die.
If you don't do this.
It's for the cause.
I like that.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, like we've been saying the whole time, what Jackie Chan say, follow the rich white man? Follow the rich white man? Yeah, we're following him right now, and he's lying his ass off. And I mean, the fact that he's still in the wheelchair, I don't trust him, okay? But he did seem genuinely angry at Cisco for the whole, you know, creation of the gun and not telling nobody. So maybe, you know, maybe in his time period, if he is a time traveler, we don't know, you know, but you know, maybe that didn't exist in his time, but now it's created people that are metahumans with no powers. You know, he got Captain Cold, and then we saw Mick Rory, who was AKA Heatwave, another member of the Rogues Gallery.
Well, we saw his match, and his hand, and heard his voice.
So what will that relationship be like, the Captain Cold and Heatwave relationship?
Well, you were saying before that they were adversaries, right? But now in this version, they're clearly working together. So you're saying that in the time, they basically crossed that whole adversarial portion and now are in cahoots.
Now they're bros.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
What makes it super cool is that the characters are played by Wentworth Miller and Dominic Purcell, who were together on Prison Break. So it's kind of, if anybody's a fan of that show, I'm sure it's awesome to see them come together again on network TV.
As the bad guys this time.
Yeah, as the bad guys.
Well, technically they were the bad guys breaking out of prison.
But now they're the antagonists.
Exactly. Now they're like the real
Wentworth Miller, by the way, went to my high school, Midward. What up?
Representing that high school.
Brooklyn. Wentworth
that
Miller.
School, everybody.
So I mean, working together, the fire and ice, well, because we heard that, you know, the ice slows down slows down the speed of Barry, but how does the heat, how is that going to help or help Captain Cold stop?
Well,
Barry?
It's hard to say because remember, the suit that Cisco got him is made out of what he said originally for firefighters.
Right.
So it's like, it's obviously fireproof. I'll say that. There's another word for it, I forgot. But so
repellent, maybe?
Yeah.
Resistant.
There you go.
Ooh, all great words.
I mean, so I'm not sure how it's going to play in a part, but then again, he is human, he is flammable. So just having a villain that can throw fire at you in general, it's going to suck. But now to see how they work together, it's going to be difficult because it's just them two. In the Rogues, you got Weather Wizard, you got Trickster, you got a couple other people that you can throw in there who have their own Captain Boomerang. So, I mean, we'll see right now if they're just going to be the double dragon duo or what.
Whilst we're there as well, I like the fact that they're not metahumans.
I was about to say, I feel like these have got to be easier villains to kind of, you know, submiss, if you will, because they're just real people.
But
I mean,
at the same time,
take away his gun. He's
exactly.
a normal dude.
But that's the thing. The gun is the most like. Even though the Weather Wizard had all these huge powers, the Flash could easily stop him. Even though all these guys have got their powers, when it comes to the normal human, he's got the best gun. He has the best weapon to use against the Flash because he has the only thing that can seriously stop him.
And you also got to think he has the only thing that's not attached to him. So separate the two, now just lock him up. You know what I'm saying?
So,
like, and destroy the gun. So don't make Cisco the bad guy. He's obviously not the bad guy.
Get rid of that.
Get rid of the damn gun.
Yeah.
But then what if he was prepared for the reverse Flash? That's why he made the gun or wanted to keep the gun.
Well, Cisco
Good point.
did, and I mean, I don't think he's from the future as well. So.
But it's good to have a gun for reverse
He could have thought about it. He was like, there's one fast guy, why can't there be two fast guys?
But while we're talking about Cisco and like all his technological cool gadgets he's got, with all like these rogues coming together, Cisco might have to step up real soon and help Barry out. A lot of questions. Keep sending them to us on Twitter using the hashtag #TheFlashAS, and we're actually going to get to some of those right after we come back from this quick message. Just in case you missed it live.
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 In case you missed it live, I'm not fake, I'm so real, okay?
Hey, who's excited?
Woo! She's a little superhero slut because she's so. I just pissed everybody off.
She's like such a glamazon. Join the writer's team because you are hot.
And I loved it.
That is like tension beyond belief. I found her to be deliciously out of control.
We were all just looked at each other, just like, ah!
So we can assume that you've written letters to inmates before.
Give me the diamonds. I need them for my wife.
Take charge and kill everyone.
This Holocaust coffin!
You were agreeing with me, so I think it was a great point.
Good.
You know, you can't count anything out.
Yes, yes.
Yes! Oh my God!
What's your shoe size? My size.
Well, that was pretty awful.
Oh my God.
Very cool.
Hey, we're back. How about that high energy message from the stream.tv? Party over here. Party in my hand, too, because we got some YouTube shout outs. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. The Amazing Pants, Oliver Brown, Rick Stokely, Spice Nug. I like you, Spice Nug.
Spice Nug.
Bob's Nazir, you're back. Tank 25578, Justin Ritter, Carolyn Hines, 2013 Venjix, Ashay Nagar, and Forever Johnny Boy. What's good? Thank you for kicking it live with us right here, The Flash After Show on the #1 fan show network, thestream.tv. Twitter questions. I'm gonna scroll down to Quincero Forder. What's up, Quinceri? You want to know maybe a potential suspect as Dr. Wells' real identity? Is it Booster Gold or Rip Hunter? What do we think of that?
Ooh, that's a difficult one. I mean, I know Booster Gold, you know, the guy back from the future.
Love Booster Gold!
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He came back from the future with like future technologies and made himself a superhero type thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So he would always check out headlines and then go back and then make sure he was there.
That's so good.
Because he was all about the fame.
Yeah.
So do we
It's
think
like
that
Hot Tub
Harrison
Time
Wells is
Machine.
actually Booster Gold? I don't think that. Definitely not. I'm sorry to burst your bubble if you were thinking that Booster Gold was Harrison Wells, but nah, Booster Gold is way too cool to be a supervillain like Harrison Wells. And Rip Hunter, me personally, I'm not even sure who that is. Vaughn?
Not too sure. The name isn't ringing a bell.
Has
Maybe
he
is there a pseudonym?
out-stumped the expert?
Oh, well, I gotta give me his like villain name or a superhero name,
Yeah.
whatever. But Rip Hunter, sometimes you forget. There's a lot of heroes you gotta know.
There's a lot
It's
of
hard to get both of the names for. There's like 5
Let
names
us
per
know
person.
who Rip Hunter
Yeah,
is.
please.
We're gonna go
Please
find
do.
out.
Put it in the comments below. Let us know who this guy is, and we'll tell you what we think. We got a live fan question coming in from KC Vaughn 7. Ooh, I'm anxious to find out about Caitlin and Cisco. Are they going to change in a bad way?
Yeah, I
Well,
think so.
as I've been telling y'all since episode 1, man, you already know Caitlin Snow is AKA Killer Frost. Cisco doesn't necessarily turn into a villain, he turns into Vibe, but it doesn't seem like they're really going that route.
Well, what if the writers completely have just changed their mind and gone, hey, why doesn't Killer Frost and Vibe now be Barry's sidekicks?
Well,
why don't they be, okay, I don't want to say sidekick, why don't they be a group? Why don't they be a little group?
Well, it's definitely started out like that, but I mean, you know, they have to start the story out somewhere. They have to make you trust these characters so that when they do turn on Barry, that it's dun 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 like that.
Well, let's say Caitlin is bad and Cisco's good, and they're on Barry's side, then they could go head to head.
Then it's cool. Then but is there going to be another cold villain? Like we've got Captain
so what's
Cold,
the difference between Captain Cold and Killer Frost?
Well, the original Captain Cold isn't a metahuman. He just got the gun.
Right.
Killer Frost actually has an accident with the whole, you know, Star Lab facility or something. She gets locked up in like a vault, something like that, and goes apeshit on a coolant thing. So it's a whole big, you know, accident as usual. But then she turns into what they call
accidents in the supervillain
nobody's
world.
careful in the superhero world. But
so many accidents.
She ended up turning into what they call a heat vampire. So it's like she needs to absorb more and more heat, or else she goes Killer Frost style, absolute zero type stuff. So it's complicated, but you know, there's a lot of different, and that's where the whole firestorm thing comes into play. That's why they're
together, hot and cold,
type thing. It's going to be great when everybody starts, you know, fighting each other, because that's even the scene I thought today with the bank robbery that Barry foiled.
Yeah.
I thought it looked really great.
It did.
With the cinematography and the graphics and all that. I thought that was great. Yeah, guys, I think it's time for our favorite segment.
Whoop whoop.
Stream Dream Casting up top. Make some noise in the studio.
Air high five.
Last week, we all went around the room to pick our choices of who we want to see play Green Lantern, and then we asked you guys to head to thestream.tv and vote for which one of our picks you agreed most with. And without further ado, you guys agreed most with, guess what? Jack's pick once again.
Again!
67%, overwhelming.
Wow.
Well, it's only because it's the obvious choice.
You picked the obvious ones.
Right, guys.
Bradley Cooper.
Let's do this one more time, please.
Mainstream
Back me up
choice.
here, all my fans back home, and the fans here. No.
67%
You guys have chosen
though.
this for a reason, okay?
Yeah, 67%.
Exactly.
But we'll have some other options for the fans at home to pick, because today we're going to go around the room and tell you what we would love to see cast as Shazam in the upcoming Shazam movie, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Black Adam. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
So let's go around the room and start with Devon. Who would you love to see as Shazam?
For me, I picked as Shazam John Cena, okay? And now I picked him not because of his acting chops. We all have seen the Marine and all that other stuff. But Shazam is a adult version of a 14-year-old. And I feel like he's a WWE character. They're all like big kids when you see him in the ring. Just put a cape on him. Hey, he's a big kid. He got the jaw. He got the size.
He's got the shape.
But I also did pick William Joseph Batson, which is Billy, the little kid version. And shout out to Gotham, I picked our homie David Mazouz. I think that's how you say it. The one that plays Bruce Wayne in that would be a perfect little Billy to the John Cena Shazam.
Yeah.
And I got the bam bam. You know
I'll tell you what though.
What?
Physically, John Cena is the pick.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why it's not going to work out. There's no way they're going to have like just two WWE guys starring in this movie.
And John Cena can't say Shazam like Shazam's
Yeah, but they are like the two guys who have crossed the most over.
John Cena does not deserve to be in the same frame as The Rock. Let's get that clear. And you can tell Cena Nation or whatever, you can't see me, you let him know, all right? Because you can hear me.
Cena, Dylan will be here every Tuesday. Come and get him, Cena.
But his look is
I picked you, John, so if you need to not see nobody, don't see me, see him, because I ain't saying
I respect him, though. I respect him. He kills it. He kills it. Jack, who's your dream?
My man for Shazam is gentleman himself, Pierce Brosnan. Take a look at this guy.
What the hell?
Pierce Brosnan. Put on 30 pounds on this guy. I love Pierce Brosnan, okay? He has the acting chops for Shazam all day long. He's such a gentleman.
What about his age?
But forget about his age.
Forget about his age.
Are we gonna have to like?
You've seen films nowadays. They can make people look younger. Pierce, you look great for your age. Ignore these guys, please. Everyone, show your mothers my choice so that I can win again. Your mothers and your grandmothers will probably prefer Pierce Brosnan.
I feel like
Over the other
nowadays
ones,
they make
yeah.
people look older because it's so HD that you can see every wrinkle and fine
But
line.
disregarding his age, I actually think he looks good for that
I
character.
think he looked great. Is it? Pack him on a few
Shazam?
pounds. Pack him on a lot
We're
of
talking about
pounds.
the same character,
This is-
right?
Give him
His
about
face.
50, but give him about 50 pounds. Give him some muscle. He
And
can get
I'm a
that
voice
big.
dub him too with somebody else because he can't sound like you as Shazam.
He
Right.
doesn't. Pierce Brosnan has
Guys,
a
if you
great
don't know,
American
Shazam
accent.
is actually like a little kid in a man's body. So it's going to be really important for that actor to be able to, play that well. Lauren, who's your dream casting choice? By the way, guys, #StreamDreamCasting to let us know who you want to see as all the characters we do here every week.
All right, my stream dream casting for Shazam is, ladies, you're welcome, Channing Tatum.
Woo! Party!
And it's because...
Check out that fan art.
Boom, there
Oh,
it is.
who did that?
That's
I
pretty
found
good.
it online.
That is
It's
awesome.
cool,
Whoever
yeah.
did that.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, just simply because, like you were talking about, little kid trapped in a big kid's body. He's like, he has the body for it yet, but he has
No,
that
he
baby
doesn't.
face,
No,
sort
he
of
doesn't.
like looking thing. What do you mean, no?
He don't have Shazam's body.
Channing
Okay.
Tatum. Is
We've all
not
seen
like-
Channing
Magic
can
Mike. We've all
get
seen
jacked.
fighting.
He
ain't got
was
the
a
bill.
stripper in that movie. He had to
Magic
be super
Mike.
lean. If he wanted to get buffed, the man can get buffed. I believe it.
Name
No, completely.
one movie he gotten buff for.
Oh, what? Channing Tatum.
What?
Channing
What?
Tatum. No.
Eagle, he was
Now
buff.
I'm on
Eagle,
your
he was
side.
buff.
Channing Tatum. Look, watch Magic Mike. Channing Tatum's ripped as shit.
Unfortunately, I have. And Matthew McConaughey has him beat.
Right. Channing
Eagle, he
Tatum.
was
I
pretty
love
bad.
Channing Tatum to
he
pieces. He's
wasn't.
like one of my role models in this, and I think, okay, I like him as Shazam just because I like Channing Tatum that much.
See,
I think
even
he's
you
great.
gotta be honest
but
with
as
yourself.
Shazam, I just couldn't see him. That's it.
Really?
I just couldn't see Channing
That's like
Tatum.
me saying
as a
Will
Shazam.
Smith as Green Lantern.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
oh,
you,
time
Will.
out,
Yeah,
because
but I
that might
can't.
happen too.
But it
That
just
might
can't.
happen too.
I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be real with
Yeah,
myself.
there's just saying
That's why I
there.
respect.
I got you there.
Okay.
Side
Will.
effects. See him in
We're gonna have
side
to talk
effects.
about this
could be
girl.
Shazam.
This is the same thing you said with Alex Pfeffer as
Pfeffer.
as Wally West. We're gonna talk about this.
All right, guys, and my dream casting pick to see as Shazam is Armie Hammer. I think this is the pick. He is 6'4", 6'5". The Rock, 6'4", 6'5". When they're standing toe-to-toe, you got to have someone the same pretty much height as The Rock. That is if The Rock himself doesn't play both roles, because that would be pretty gangster right there, and I think it would actually be great.
That would make it a comedy, straight
No,
comedy.
exactly. He's great.
You
He's
never played
Yeah.
Play
both.
both like
comedy.
Black Adam and Shazam.
Play Black Adam and Shazam, because Black Adam is more of like an Egyptian role, and like Shazam is more of like an American guy.
Well, that's why he fits Black Adam. He got the skin
Because
tone.
he's got
and
the
everything.
skin tone
But
for
I
it.
feel like it'd be cool if, well, I'm gonna go back to John Cena because he's 6'1", Rock 6'4". You want the villain to be like
little
to
bit
look
bigger.
intimidating.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
and
true.
if he's only like 3 inches taller, okay, cool. They standing toe to toe. You still think like when the Hulk went against Abomination in the movie.
Right.
Abomination had him by a few inches.
I'll give you a pound like this because Cena was on my mind for a long time to play this role. I just
Yeah.
think that WWE connection is going to hinder it, and then Cena obviously isn't the best actor in the world, but 12 rounds all day, it was pretty good.
Hey, if he can
12
act like a
rounds.
kid, which all
Yeah.
men can.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
He's gonna do his
exactly.
act like all
But,
of us
and that's
do.
why I think Armie Hammer's good too, because he's really like charming,
He also
boyish.
looks like a
played
kid
big
as well,
charming.
still.
Let's
Still
get
looks like
to
a
the
baby face.
fan pick, guys, and that's right. Just like this, we're gonna feature you right here on the show. So the fan pick to play Shazam is Joe Manganiello from True Blood, and that's from Comic Book Movie, a great website. So guys, check out comicbookmovie.com.
I'd rather see Sofia Vergara.
Now,
Yes.
I've seen him in contention a lot around the internet, but here's why I don't think it's gonna work, is because he's kind of like the same skin tone and color as The Rock. They're
That's
both like
true.
the dark with the dark hair.
He's a little too exotic looking.
He's too sexy.
A little too
Hands
exotic,
down.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the sexiest man alive right now. Like, just couldn't see him. in Shazam.
Killing it with Sofia Vergara, #1 couple in the game.
Exactly. That's what they
so
consider.
Joe, I mean, he's great. I think he's got a future ahead of him in big
For sure.
cinematic world. I don't think this is the role. I think they just look a little too similar. I do think Shazam is going to be more like a white guy. And while we're talking about race,
American guy.
Chadwick Boseman just been cast as Black Panther, but that is neither here nor there because this is DC and that's Marvel, but great choice as Chadwick. Guys, next week, we're going to do the same exact thing for a new character. So if you want to be featured on this show, we want to hear what your stream dream casting choice would be for Martian Manhunter. Check that out.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Martian Manhunter spends some time on Earth in human form. If you can remind me of what his name is when he's
I think it was just like John. I think that's what they called him. John.
Probably John.
Hidden in plain sight. It's the way
Yeah.
forward.
Yep.
Just plain
Exactly.
and simple.
So there's going to be the human element of Martian Manhunter is a big big play, but then also some guy that maybe looks like an alien.
Excited to see that. That would be cool.
That'd be cool. So send us your picks. And guys, don't forget to go to thestream.tv right now because you can vote for which one of our dream casting picks you agree most with.
I think it's the first time Jack is not going to win.
I think Jack is not going to win.
Just prove him wrong just for the sake of it.
I think I might actually get this one.
I'm not
It's going to be good. So guys, don't forget to vote
Ladies.
because you see how heated we get here. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Stream TV, for all the content we're putting out. For Devon, Jack, Lauren, I'm Dylan. We'll see you next week on The Flash After Show. Peace out.
Happy Halloween, guys.
Bye.